It's the culture piece, which is exactly why I kind of built into and invested into Flock, because the idea of Flock is to look at those values, because the values, those underpinning values, are the things that then help almost create the company culture. And what you don't want to do, of course, is to enforce a change, which actually, as you say, is just lip service. So you say, we're going to do flexible working, but then everyone's like, oh, you're working from home, are you? Oh, nice one. Or your boss micromanages every keyboard click you're doing. You know, it's that horror show that comes around because you haven't. And there's also another thing, and I've got to be careful again with words. I love working from home, and I'm okay, not through a pandemic, by the way. Haven't enjoyed this very much. It's far too hard. It's not sustainable. But I tell you, bad times. But anyway, I'll be honest, it's not easy. But however, I've been a consultant, and I've usually worked from home or had a small office somewhere, and I've normally been remote working. That's what I've normally done. So I'm quite used to it, quite used to that flexibility. But not everyone is. And so what we found when people are using Flock and looking at the values of the people that they're working with, their remote team, there will be people who don't like autonomy. It's not for them. You know, so Mikkel, who's the boss who created Flock, he's much more into teamwork than I am. He's a much nicer person as well. Much more into teamwork than I am, and less into autonomy. So he's found this whole process. He's actually now on furlough, but he found the whole process much harder. Whereas I took to it like a duck to water, because my values are around self-centered autonomy and results driven. So as long as I'm hitting the numbers, and as long as I know that marketing's working, and I can sit in an office by myself, as long as I see my doors from my wife, I don't really mind. But that's just me. So I think it's learning, it's getting to know your team and their values more, so we don't presume that the remote to work or remote working or working from home, it becomes it won't fit everyone. It won't fit everyone's personality.